Okay, one of the biggest mistakes that I see beginners making is with this tool. This is a needle tool, and really what it's for is for cutting clay, for testing the depth, for joining and scoring the clay. It's not a great decorating tool. I mean, it can be stamped sideways. The other end of these little wood ones is awesome for creating a pebble texture. But that's not how most people use it. Most people will use this needle tool to draw in the clay. They'll say, I want to make a star. And they will scratch right into the surface of the clay. Okay. And you get a star. But can you see what the needle tool has done here? It's really done a horrible job at making the star. The other thing that you can't see, and I'll show you right here, is that it digs so deep into the clay that it actually creates like a fault line. And you know what happens along fault lines during an earthquake is they split open. And if you're going to have a split in your piece, when you decorate with this needle tool and dig in so deep, I mean, it's almost sticking through the other side. Okay? But you're creating a weakness in your form. So I'm begging you, please don't draw in the clay with the needle tool. Not to mention it throws all these little burrs and boogers of clay up. Don't do it. Don't use it. We have better tools. I'll say up on my desk, I have a bunch of these mini loop tools. And what these do, and you have to wait, make sure your clay is leather hard. What they do is they will actually remove a little line of clay. So that when you're making this star shape, they're not creating a really dark or a really deep, sharp, pointy line. They're actually creating these grooves where it's removing the clay. You see how nice? Can't get it too close to the camera, it goes out of focus. But it doesn't throw any of those weird, pieces up. I mean, look at the difference just going from one side to another. And then we'll have another video on this later, but you can begin to excise the clay and lower down this whole area here to really create kind of a 3D looking star. But for now, just know that this needle tool is really not a great tool for drawing in the clay. A lot of problems with it, and the last thing I'll say is that this little thin line is going to shrink 11.5%. So when you get it back after the kiln firing, after the bisque, it's going to look really closed up. Then you're going to go put glaze over it. And how much do you think is going to show after glaze? The answer is not much. So all that time is wasted. This will show the glaze through it. It'll be beautiful. Don't use the needle tool to decorate. That is all.